millionaire has 7 sources of incomes. However, the average person has 1 source of income. But if we want to be wealthy this year, then we need to increase our sources of income. And this is what I was on a hunt to do a few years ago. I really wanted to increase my sources of income. And as such, I reached my first 100k in savings and equity. If you had told me that this would have been the case a few years ago, I genuinely wouldn't have believed you. But I thought I would share my 5 top sources of income that really helped me to get to my 100k. So I'm going to start off with one that most of us have had or has, which is a 9-to-5 job. I studied marketing, and for my internship I worked at a tech firm where I was the marketing intern. And I thought I was going to go down the marketing route until I saw the salary difference between marketing and tech, which to me was so huge. And to be at the salary that I really wanted to get to in marketing, it would have taken me at least 6 years, and I could have got there in 2 to 3 years in tech. That's how big the pay difference was. So for me, I pivoted and I started to apply for graduate roles. Because I studied business with marketing, it wasn't too hard. I feel like any degree, usually people work in consulting. So because of that, I went into the consulting tech route because of the pay increase. So that was my first source of income that really gave me the foundation of having a good salary. For me, sometimes my passion and my incentive for money doesn't align. So for me, I love tech and consulting, but marketing was my passion. But because I saw the pay increase, I went down the tech route. So how hard is it to get started? One is high effort. You either have to have a degree or some sort of qualification to get into the consulting space. And with tech and consulting being very high demand, you do have to apply for a lot of jobs. But once you do get into it, it's such a worthwhile experience. And I think one thing that the narrative has changed a lot is people don't think about how much experience and networking they can get from a 9-to-5. I get that we all want to have our own business and all want to work for ourselves. But whilst you are in that 9-to-5, think about all the things that you can get from it. When you're working for yourself, you're not able to get free qualifications and courses. You're not able to network for free on a daily basis. But when you work a 9-to-5, if you're office-based, then you're not working every day when you're in the office and meeting people and going out for lunches, etc. So number 2 was side hustles. I was doing web development for a lot of dropshipping companies. And so I used to put my services on a lot of freelancing platforms like Upwork and Fiverr. And then I would get people reaching out and asking me to develop their website. And for me, it was really quick to get my customers. And I think it's because I put my picture on my page. So I was the only visibly Black woman developer. So a lot of people that came to me, I was actually their target audience for the products they were selling, which was quite interesting. So in terms of how hard it was to start, I would say at the time it wasn't that hard, but I think with more people being on Fiverr and Upwork and other freelancing platforms, it is a bit harder. But remember, nobody else is like you, so you probably have a niche that you don't even realise. I never would have thought that being a Black woman developer on Fiverr was a niche, but it happened to be a niche. So think about what your niche could possibly be and put yourself out there and start getting income from freelancing. So my next one is earning interest. So I was earning interest from a high interest savings account where I would put my savings in and receive interest on the money that I had in there on a monthly basis. So for example, if you're saving £10,000 at a 5% interest, then you're saving £500 a year. So if your car insurance is £500 a month or even £700 a month, then you are either covering all of it or 80% of your car insurance. And that's such a big saving. So I personally would put it in a stocks and shares ISA where you are not being taxed on the interest you made. I made this mistake very early on and I still regret it till this day. So don't be like me and look at stocks and shares ISAs. The common one being Trading 212 stocks and shares ISA to get started. So in terms of how hard is it to get started, I would say that this is a low to medium. The low being you simply just open up an account and you start putting your money in there. But the medium being the more money you have in your savings account, then the more interest you're going to be paid. So that could take time to build up. The next one is affiliate marketing. So I didn't actually realise I was doing this for a while. And similarly, you might not realise that you're even doing this. Affiliate marketing is essentially when you are referring your friends or family to a product or a service and they're using your link and they also get a reward. So usually this is American Express, banks or businesses. So I was doing this for a while with different services and products. I would send links to family and friends and anybody who used this, and I would only do this on products and services that I used and I actually recommended. I could not refer something that I generally didn't believe in and I always believed would provide value or some sort of benefit. So in terms of how hard it is to get started, I would say that this is a low to medium. The low being if you're already associated with companies that have affiliate links that you can use. It's not only for the content creator world, but if you're already associated like American Express, you just have to get your link and then start sharing it with friends and family. The medium being if you really want to make this more of a business, more on the content creation side, then you'll obviously have to either build a brand or build a platform and start advertising yourself, a product or a service, so people can click on your affiliate link. For me, I think it's such a great source of income because effectively it's passive. Once you've done the setup and you left your referral links on a platform where people regularly click on, then you're essentially making money whilst you sleep, which is such a beautiful thing. So have a think about what is it that people always ask you and you're like, oh, I'll send you the link to where I bought it. Or think about how you can set up an affiliate marketing business so you can start earning money. And next is real estate. This is one of the biggest contributors to me reaching my first 100K. There's two ways you can invest in real estate. You can either invest in a physical property. So for example, you buy the property and then you rent it out and you're making rental income, or you invest in real estate investment trusts. So REITs are companies that own, manage or finance income producing real estate. They allow companies to earn income from real estate without having to own, manage or finance properties themselves. How it works is you buy a share in one of the REITs. It pays you dividends on the rental income or the property sale. So I feel like both routes have such a huge opportunity. I personally went down the physical property route, but in terms of how hard is it to get into, for the physical property, you obviously have to have a huge lump sum of money to put down on a deposit. I say this is a higher effort. You're having to save up money over a longer period of time to put down a deposit on the property you're wanting to buy. REITs is less harder, given the fact that you can invest less than what you would have had to put down on a deposit. And those are my top 5 sources of income. Remember that building wealth is all about consistency. It's about leveraging what you already have, building consistency and really being passionate and determined about your goals. So I hope this video helped and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.